Hello guys, so you are welcome. Today we are going to create something like this for the day one assignment. So basically, like I taught you, what we are going to do is you go to File, you go to New. I've already opened Photoshop, so I use my default size, which is 10 inches, 10 height. Then my orientation is portrait. My resolution set to 300, and then I prefer 8-bit because of my machine. I leave this one as default. So then I go to create. So what I'm going to do first is, it depends on what you want to do. This is what we are going to create. So I like to create the background first, and then the text, and which is the rectangle shape first, and then the text. So let me set my foreground colors to. I normally like choosing the colors from my images. It makes your work look a little bit nicer. So then I choose this color for default, and then I come here, then I come and I go to my, I can click U on my keyboard, or I go here and I click on my rectangle tool, I drag, and then I click and then I drag, so that it will be a little bit okay. I think this looks good. Then I'll place it in the middle. You can see Photoshop automatically gives me some lines to see that it's aligned perfectly. But if you want to see whether it's aligned, probably it's here, but I want it to be in the middle. You hold Control and then you click A. Then you see some lines. This pixel lines. You will see it. Then what you do is that you click on this layer, which is the rectangle layer. You come up here. You make sure that your tool is on the move tool. Then you click on what? Align vertically, horizontal center. Then you click on it. It will go there. Then align in the what? Vertical center. Then to come into the middle, and automatically you place it in the middle. So I go to deselect. Now I want to bring in my text, which is the welcome. I think I need to reduce the size of the rectangle a little bit. So I just go to my property. My property window is here. If you can't find the property window, which is here, you can go to window, then you come to what? Properties, which is here. Then automatically it will come over here. So let me reduce the width, no, the height a little bit, so that it syncs with the other one. Okay, this looks good. So I'm now going to bring in my text, which is the welcome. So I go to text, I click on anywhere, and I click on what? Welcome. Okay, capital letters. Welcome. So my font is what? Montserrat. Then now I bring it. So what I did was that I just highlighted it. So you can, after typing, you can just go to V, then it will select the whole object that you want, and you can bring it on top. So you realize that you can't see it. It's because the color with the background color for the rectangle with the color for the rectangle is the same. So you just go to your properties window, then you click on the color picker, then you select what? White, and automatically you have white. This looks great. So then I want to what's the name? I want to make sure that it's inside, it's vertically aligned with the rectangle. So I click on my welcome text, then I click on my rectangle, then I do what? I go up here to my alignment, then I go to align horizontal center, then to align vertical center, then to align it to what? To its perfect shape. So what I'm going to do next is what I'm going to bring in this launch. Because today is day one, I'm bringing in this launch icon. So I'll send you guys this launch icon. So please embed it. Let me just go. If you want to, okay, so if you want to put in an image into a workspace you are working in, you go to File, then you go to Place Embedded. Place Embedded means you are placing it inside. You are placing an image inside. So I go and select my rocket. It's actually a PNG file. PNG files basically means it doesn't have a background. So this is it. So I think I'll reduce it a little bit. Yes, I'll reduce it a little bit. Yes, then what I'll do next is, since it's on top of, I'll bring the layer down below the rectangle layer, and I push my distance to the top. This looks good. Oh, great. So I think this one is okay. It looks the same as this. So what I'm going to do next is what? I'm going to write this text. So I think I'll just you can just click on your text tool, which is T. You can click on the T, you change your color to black, then you reduce it. Okay, so I think I use semi bold, so Montserrat semi bold font. So you just go and look for the semi bold font, then you type design with all these things. You type all these things, so you type it design with, okay, I think design with Simon 2.0. Okay, so this looks great. All right, then so what I'm going to basically do is that I don't want to waste much of your time, so you guys can type this. So I'm just going to bring it into this workspace like this. Okay, so let me off this one. Yes, so and then I'll align. If you want to align, you hold control, you click on A, then you align it to vertically horizontal center, then it will be in line with all the objects you have inside. Then if you want to remove the pixels, after that, after you've aligned it, then you go to Control D, meaning deselect. You are deselecting that pixel. If you don't do it, it will distort your work. Please, do you understand? Yes. So what we are going to do next is we are going to bring in all our shapes, these shapes. Yes. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to U, which is my rectangle tool. Then I'll click anywhere. Then I'll drag and bring it down like this. This looks good. And I'll make sure that the color, okay, so the color is already set to the foreground color, which is this. Then I'll click on V, which is the move tool. Then I'll bring it to this side so that it looks exactly like the assignment we are doing. So let me send my work to the back a bit. Okay, so it seems it's not you realize there are spaces here. Let me bring it, there's space here. So you go to your properties window, then you increase the height. When you increase the height, automatically it removes that thing from that side. All right, so let's move on. So what do we need to do next? We need to do this what next? Hey, so I think we need to do the Simon Dogbe back. Anyway, we can finish this one before we come to the Simon Kojotobe. So in the assignment, you can add your own name. So I'm going to bring this shape that I've placed there. So what I did was that I still did the same rectangle too, which is you, the same shape. And then what I did is I clicked on V, which is the move tool. Then I brought it down here a bit. Then I rotated it. So if you want to rotate, please look at something. If you want to rotate, you do what? You just bring your mouse over here. You realize that the mouse pointer has changed to rotation. So you click, then you turn it. So let me undo this. Control Z. Then you just do what? You go like this. You just rotate it like this. Simple. Then I brought it down like this a bit. This looks great. Yes. So what we are going to do next is what? We are going to type in this that Simon Dogbe. So you can put your name there if you want to. Then so I click on my T, which is my text tool. I click. I use a font called orthography. So I just search for orthography font. Yes, this is it. So orthography font. Then I increase the size a bit. Then I type. So let me put my sister's name there. Shepherd Dogbe. Yes, this is great. Good. So this is great. So you can put your name over there. So what are you going to bring in next? We are going to bring in this circle. This circle is simple. So what I did was that I went to where the U. I went to U, but this one I right click on the tool which is there. I right click. You need to right click. When you right click, you see this drop down window, and I click on what? The ellipse tool. Then I clicked on it. I made sure that the color is set to this. So this, and then what? I click and then I drag. Please kindly note, when you hold shift, it makes you get a perfect circle. But when you leave it, you get a distorted, like you can get something like this. You can get, but when you hold shift whilst bringing it, you get a perfect what? You get a perfect circle. And I bring it over here. Great. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to, since you can see that we have white here. So when I draw the circle, it's only left with. There are two ways to doing this. you can actually what? We have something we call duplicate. I showed you guys in the class already. So you go to Control J. Control J. Then what I did was that I hold Shift and I decrease. It's okay. It's not necessarily for you to hold Shift though. You can just put your tool on the move tool, then you decrease. So as for me, I'm supposed to hold Shift because of the settings I did. So I decrease, and then I change the color. I change the color to white. Yes. So I change the, you see when I change the color, you see what it has done over. It has done like a moon, but that's not what I want. So I hold where the layers is. I click on the first ellipse tool, then I hold Control, then I click on the second ellipse tool, then I come and align them vertically and horizontally. So I come here, align horizontal center, then I click, then align vertical center, then I click, then I have a perfect one over here. So I can choose to also what? Reduce the shape. So I reduce the shape. You can use the move tool to reduce the shape. You can use the property tool also to remove the shape. All works hand in hand. So and then I reduce the shape. This looks good. So let me align it again since it's distorted. So basically, this is your the assignments for today are supposed to, this is simple. You can do this in just 15 minutes if you want to. So now we want to save. So you just go to file like I showed you in the earlier class. You go to file, then you go to save. Then you name your folder as what? Assignment 1. You can add your name. So see, sometimes you don't get this panel, it doesn't matter. If you are connected to the internet, you get to this panel. So Simon. Then I go and save on my computer. The reason they are bringing me this is because I have a Creative Cloud account. So they are asking whether I want to save in my Creative Cloud account or I want to save on my desktop. That is my computer. So I save on my computer. So I've already saved one, so there's no need for me to save. So what I'll do next is what now we want to save it as image because what we did, we saved it as a PSD file. So a way for you to save it, you go to file, you go to save as, no, you actually go to save as copy. So file, save a copy, then on computer, save on a computer. Then you click down here. It will give you different file extension. What is file extension? So when you are working with Word, you get a file extension like Docs. When you are working with PDF, you get an extension like .pdf. So picture format is known as what? JPG and JPEG. Audio format is known as MP3. We also have video format as MP4. We also have video format as MPEG, but we normally save it as what? JPEG. So you can come here and then save it as JPEG. So 1, 2, 3. So I already have it. So I don't. Then you just click on save. Then to save. Okay. Another way for you to click. When you do it that way, you get more. You save it as a more megabytes form. But another way for you to save it, for it to be quick for you, is that click on your first layer. Come and click on your last layer. It will. Okay. So let me do that. I think I didn't show you guys. Okay. So you click on the first layer. You hold Shift. Press on Shift. So you put your hand on the Shift. Then you click on what? You click on background, which is your last layer. That is the first one you started with. Then you hold Control, then you press E. It merges the layers together. Then you come, there's a shortcut you can do. You are coming to export it. So you go to File, you go to Export. Then you go as Export As. Then it will open a panel. Then this is known as PNG. No, we want to save it as a JPEG. So you come here, please look at it. You come here, then you come to JPG. So when you save it as JPG, then you go to, I want the quality to be, we have very poor, we have fair, we have good, we have very good, we have excellent, we have great. I think I'll put it as great. Then I'll go to export it. To open the folder that I want to save, then you save it. You click on save, then it saves. Okay, good. So after that, you just come, then after you are done, you undo this. Control Z for undo. Then you save it again. Control S. Or you come here, you go to save. If you want to, if you don't know shortcut, just come here, file. You can go to edit, you undo or redo. You go to file, you save. There's no need for you to do all the text. So basically, this is what we have for the assignment 1. I'll upload it for you guys to do, and I'll be waiting for your assignment. Thank you very much and have a great day.